welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review on the Smashbox Studio Skin Full Coverage Foundation. If you do want to see a review and a demo, please keep watching. This foundation retails for $36 at Ulta Beauty, Sephora, and Smashbox online. Claims to be 24-hour full coverage foundation with oil and shine control that is also waterproof, sweat resistant, and won't look cakey or cause blemishes. It is full coverage. It does have a matte finish. It's a liquid foundation and it's good for all skin types, normal, dry combination, and oily. It's free of sulfates, SLS, SL, ES, parabens, formaldehydes. It contains less than 1% of synthetic fragrances. This product is also cruelty free. It does also state here a little goes a long way. First apply a primer, then start with a drop of foundation and blend well. Before we take a peek into the foundation, I do want to share with you guys what I already have on my skin. For moisturizer, I did go in with this Verse moisturizer. I actually really do love this skincare line. I've tried their moisturizer, their gel cleanser, their clarifying serum, and I've also tried their spot treatment. I've really been loving this brand. I've stopped using Drunk Elephant. This is their Verse Dew Point Moisturizing Gel Cream. A little bit does go a long way, and this is a gel moisturizer. For primer today, I currently have on my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base Primer. This primer is amazing. I always use it whenever I'm testing out a brand new foundation. That way it doesn't mess with the formula as much. It's not matte, it's not poreless. Now we can open up the foundation and apply it on our face. Here's a close-up on what the packaging looks like. It says Smashbox 24-hour full coverage. The shade that I did purchase it is in the shade 3.35. It does have the shade name here at the top. When you turn the foundation over on the back, it tells you some of the benefits. The ingredients are here on the side. Let's go ahead and open up this foundation. Here's what the foundation looks like. It does come in a squeezy tube. It also comes with a clear window. It does say here on the back of the foundation, skin tone medium dark, and the undertone is warm. I'm not sure if this shade would match me. It does say to use a little bit. Whoa, that's kind of a lot. I have a little bit of the foundation on my finger, and let's see. Wow, I literally used that small teeny tiny drop. Look how much coverage I'm getting. I don't think I need a lot of this. I'll be good with that one drop. It covered up my redness. I'm just kind of using my finger to smooth it out a little bit more. I have no words except for the shade not matching me. I do have to go back to Ulta where I did purchase mine. Hopefully this foundation oxidizes throughout my day. We shall see. I do want to blend out this foundation on the left side using my damp beauty blender to see how much coverage we can get. That one drop of foundation covered the majority of my face. Here's what one layer of the foundation looks like, blended out using my beauty blender. Now I want to see what this foundation is all about using a brush. I'm going to do a couple of dots. I know that's probably not fair since we only did one dot using the beauty blender side. I want to see how much coverage it has using a little bit more. I'm just going to be blending it out. Whoa, do you guys see that? This foundation oxidizes. It kind of matches me. Here's what the first pump looks like, and then when it dries down, it does not feel heavy on my skin. It does not feel cakey. It's not smudging off. Can't see the foundation on my fingertips. I do want to work with this foundation. Finish blending this out using my brush. Here's what one layer of the foundation looks like using that brush. I do want to build up the foundation because I don't feel I put enough. I do have a little bit more on my finger. I'm just going to dot it where I want the coverage. That's where this darkness is that I do have. I'm just going to spread it out. I'm loving the consistency so far. It literally feels like a cream. It doesn't feel like a liquidy foundation. It feels like a lightweight BB cream, CC cream, even a lotion. Going back in using my brush, blend this out. This is my second layer. I was expecting a heavier formula, really lightweight. Blends out beautifully into my skin. 2 layers of the foundation covered up everything. And I mean everything. You can't even see my dark spot. I'm going to finish blending out the foundation using my brush. Here's what 2 layers of the foundation looks like using that brush. I really do love the coverage of the foundation. I am going to be adding a little bit more foundation to the beauty blender side. I'm just going to take one more drop. Again, I'm going to be taking my finger and just applying it on the beauty blender side. We're going to be using my damp beauty blender to blend everything out. Here we have 2 layers of the foundation applied on the beauty blender side. I love using both of my tools with this foundation, the beauty blender and the brush. They both look beautiful. They both look full coverage, and it's just 2 layers. It doesn't look heavy. It doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't look cakey whatsoever. My pores don't look enlarged. It's just the foundation shade. I think I do have to go back, but I am going to be seeing how the foundation does wear throughout my day. I do feel like the foundation will oxidize a bit more on me. I do want to show you guys what a fresh swatch of the foundation looks like compared to the dry down swatch that I have on the back of my hand. Here we have the dry down swatch. I'm going to apply a fresh one right next to it. Here's that fresh pump. You guys see the difference of the foundation after it dries down? It becomes this shade versus this one. I added mascara to my lashes, and here's how everything looks like. I will check back in with you guys at the end of the night to see how this foundation does perform, and I will see you guys then. Hey guys, so it is the end of the night of me testing out the Smashbox 24-Hour Studio Skin Full Coverage Foundation. Here's what the foundation is currently looking like. I really do like how the foundation did wear throughout my day. I am a bit oily where my cheek area is. That's my normal oiliness. It did sink into my forehead line up here at the top. It creased underneath my eyes. I am going to be looking up. I really do like how the foundation did wear throughout my day. Besides it not matching me completely, I do have to go back and exchange it for a darker shade. I wanted it to oxidize a little bit more. I think that was my fault. I added a second layer. Tomorrow when I do test out this foundation again, I will be testing it out with just 1 layer going from there. I do also want to do a blotting test, so I'm going to be blotting the right side of my face with just this tissue. Here's how much foundation did come off on the tissue. Here's what we are looking like after we blotted. I really do like how matte this foundation is. So far so good. I don't like being super shiny. I will be testing out this foundation with different primers. My mattifying primers, it'll do great with those. I'll be testing it out with my pore primers, my hydrating primers as well. I will check back in with you guys at the end of the week to let you guys know my final thoughts, and I will see you guys then. Hey guys, so it is day 4 of me testing out the Smashbox Skin Studio 24-Hour Full Coverage Foundation. I went back to my Ulta Beauty and I did exchange the shade in 3.35 for the shade in 4.05. Hopefully this shade does match me. I did have a lighter shade, which was shade number 4. The girl did shade match me, shade 4.05, so this is what I did purchase. Again, here's a closer look at what the packaging looks like, and then the shade number is 4.05. Let's go ahead and open this up. And hopefully the shade does match me. Here is what the tube looks like. Again, same squeezy tube, but different shade. And let's pump some of this out on the back of my hand. Here's what the shade 4.05 looks like. Let's go ahead and apply this to our skin. This seems way too dark on me. I don't know why I agreed to this shade. The girl in the store knew best. I'm just gonna take a little bit, dot it all over. I'm going to try this foundation on throughout my entire day, see how it does wear, see if it does oxidize on me. This shade looks kind of dark, to be quite honest. To blend everything out, I'm going to be using my damp beauty blender. This is way too dark. Smashbox did not have a variety of shades at my Ulta Beauty. And I asked the girl, is this all the shades that they carry? And she's like, yeah. Why does Ulta only have a few shades? I can tell right now that this foundation is way too dark. I am going to be trying out this shade because the girl in the store said it didn't match. And she said if anything, if it doesn't match, I can bring it back. I'm not going to bring it back a 3rd time. That's just ridiculous. I do like the coverage so far this entire week that I've been using it. But the shade range, come on Smashbox. They could have done better. Again, I only used that 1 pump on the back of my hand. That covered up my entire face. You're using less product. I don't want to have to mix 2 different shades for it to match my skin complexion. I think we're past that. That's with every brand. They should have at least a good variety of shades. I don't like mixing in 2 foundations just because I love the foundation. No, it's more money out of my pocket. That's ridiculous. I'm just going to be taking a little bit more of the foundation and just covering up my darkness that I have underneath my eye. Here's what the foundation looks like dried on the back of my hand. I do want to squeeze out a fresh pump. Here's how light the foundation looks, and this is how dark it does dry down. Here's a closer look on what the foundation in 4.05 looks like. Again, the foundation is way too dark on me, but I am going to be applying my makeup on top of it just to see if we can smooth everything out and see how the foundation does wear throughout my entire day. The foundation does kind of match after I did set everything with setting powder. I am going to show you guys everything that I did use. Before I did apply the foundation, I did apply moisturizer. The moisturizer I use is from Burst. This is their Dew Point Moisturizing Gel Cream. For today's primer, I did use the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. I applied the foundation in the shade 4.05. This is Skin Tone Dark and the undertone is Warm Peach. You guys already saw that we applied the foundation together. The setting powder that I did use is by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is in the shade Translucent. This is her loose setting powder. I love this powder because it does tone down any dark foundation that I do use. So that's why I did decide to use this. Mine is kind of dirty and I've been using it a lot. But this is the perfect setting powder. I use a little bit of blush. I'm using the Sigma blush. This is in the shade 4 Day Rosa. This is their Aurora powder. I have hit pan on this blush. For mascara, I used 2 coats of the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. And then I popped on a little bit of eyeshadow. 1 shade from my Sephora Pro palette. I went in with this shade all over my crease. I don't know what the shade name is because I threw away the little piece of paper. And for lips, I currently have on the Carly Bible X El Maquillage lip liner. This is in the shade Luna. Liquid lip that I currently have on is by e.l.f. X Nabella. Here's what everything is currently looking like. I will check back in with you guys at the end of the night to see how this Smashbox Studio Skin Full Coverage 24-Hour Foundation does perform in the shade 4.05. And I will see you guys then. Hey guys, so it is day 6 of me testing out the Smashbox Studio Skin 24-Hour Full Coverage Foundation. I went back to Ulta and exchanged the foundation for the shade in 4.0. I wanted to see if this foundation shade would match me. I know I did say I would come back on camera to show you guys what the foundation looked like and how it performed. I drove to work that day and I realized that my foundation was way too dark. Luckily, I had a makeup wipe in my car. I just ended up removing the foundation. I went into the Walgreens right next door. I just bought a concealer. I think it was the Maybelline Age Rewind, and that just didn't match me either. So that day I just had a pretty bad makeup day. I just ended up just removing the concealer, going back to Ulta and purchasing the shade in 4.0. Hopefully this shade matches me, otherwise there's no shade for me. Again, here's a close-up of what the packaging looks like, and the shade number is 4.0. And taking just a small pump. We're gonna take that much of the foundation. Taking my foundation brush, we're gonna dip right into it. Whoa. This shade doesn't match me either. It's way too light. It does say here for the skin tone medium dark and the undertone is warm peach. I don't know, you guys. I really like the formula so much. We're gonna try to make this work. Hopefully the shade oxidizes. You don't even need a lot of product. The coverage of this foundation is superb. With me, 2 layers covers up everything. Smashbox does not make a shade for me. I'm not the type of person that mixes foundations together because honestly, I don't have time to mix foundations when I'm getting ready for work. Here's 1 layer of the foundation. I do want to add a tiny bit more foundation right here where my dark spot is. Let it sit there for a bit. I set my under eyes using the Too Faced Peach Perfect Setting Powder. I'm gonna add a little bit of mascara. I went in with my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. For lips, I'm gonna apply the shade in Dusty Rose by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Here's one last look on how the foundation looks like. I promise this time I will come back and check in with you guys at the end of the night, and I will see you guys then. Hey guys, so it is the end of the night of me testing out the Studio Skin by Smashbox. This is their 24-hour foundation. It's in the shade 4.0. Here's what the foundation is currently looking like. I definitely think Smashbox needs to expand their shade range because none of these shades match me. This one looks a little bit too orangey, like Oompa Loompa-ish to me, so I'm not really feeling the shade match. But overall, you guys, I really do love this foundation. Love the coverage of the foundation. It stayed put throughout my entire day. Tomorrow is the last day of me testing out this foundation. We'll check back in with you guys tomorrow with my final thoughts, and I will see you guys then. Hey guys, so it is day 7 of me testing out the Smashbox Studio Skin 24-hour foundation. in the shade 4.0. My final thoughts on this foundation is that I love the coverage. I just hate the shade range. I currently have the foundation on. I applied one pump of the foundation. I just applied it using a brush, and then I went in using my damp beauty blender to smooth everything out. I did pair this foundation using my Boing Cakeless Concealer in the shade number 9. I currently have that applied on my face, as you guys can see. Even though I love this formula, I love the coverage, I do highly recommend it. It doesn't come in my shade, but that's totally fine. I will be passing this particular tube along to one of my friends. She is a perfect shade match for it. She absolutely loves it. I would highly recommend this foundation if you can find this in your shade. The coverage is amazing, the wear time is amazing, and a little bit does go a long way. If you guys did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video.